See, what had happened at first was, see, at first I was at the game.
David Benavidez versus Gvozdyk. The recap. Let's talk.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little
few
bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right? I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
So David Benavidez fought Gvozdyk. Gvozdyk's coming off of, I don't know how long of a layoff. I don't know how many years, whatever. Being obliterated by Artur Beterbiev. Just check the intro. Well, not this one, but my live stream intros. But anyway, whatever about the intro piece, whatever about that. He got destroyed. Gvozdyk absolutely obliterated. I mean, absolutely was obliterated by Artur Beterbiev. Obliterated and stopped. This was supposed to be a setup fight for Benavidez to step into 175. You guys can act like it wasn't all you want. It was. There was other fighters that he could have fought that were at 175 that weren't coming off of a destructive beating. Like, he got punished, man. But, whatever. There's other fighters, but, they pick Gvozdyk, and it's fine. No problem. He has ties to Canelo Alvarez, whatever. It's all the Canelo Alvarez push, and I'm not mad at it. David Benavidez is an absolute monster. He's a killer. But his power did not translate to 175. Every punch that Gvozdyk took from Beterbiev damn near killed this man. Put him out of the ring for like, what, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. David Benavidez was hitting this man with everything, and he was still there. With everything. I don't see anybody saying that David Benavidez is pillow-fisted. He hit that man with everything. Everything. The only thing he didn't hit him with was a drop kick or a Goldberg spear or a Stone Cold Stutter. He hit him with everything. Leaping shots. David Benavidez hit this man so many times and so much that David Benavidez gassed out. Yeah, he was gassing out. He was fully gassing out. He was slowing down towards the end of that fight. He was still throwing shots, but he was slowing down. That's because he hit him with everything. I was waiting for him to bite him, kick him in the back of the neck or something. He hit Gvozdyk with everything. Leaping shots, combinations, body shots, savage body shots, savage head shots. Constantly just beating on this man. And Gvozdyk went nowhere. And Gvozdyk hit him. Not nowhere near as much, of course, but he still did. Like, this was a complete one-sided washing from David Benavidez. Complete one-sided washing. But this fight was made for David Benavidez to stop Gvozdyk. That's what it was made for. He was supposed to stop him. This was supposed to be a knockout victory in line to Tank versus Frank Martin. Right? That's what this was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to go to distance. It wasn't supposed. He didn't even get knocked down, bro. This was supposed to be a straight knockout victory. A knockout victory. So, but it wasn't. Now I'm looking at David Benavidez quite differently. Again, in order for me to think somebody beats him, I've got to see it. I'm not picking nobody against him. I'm not picking nobody against him. And I'll get to that when I talk about what's next for him. But this makes me look at him differently, because if you're gunning so hard for the knockout, at what point do you just let it come? Pause. At what point do you just let the knockout come to you? At what point? Like you being overly aggressive on Gvozdyk, overly aggressive to try to please the fans and all these other things, bro, you're going to get clipped, bro. You're going to get clipped, man. Like the fight with David Benavidez and Dmitry Bivol is a phenomenal fight. Phenomenal fight. All right, that fight goes the distance. One of those guys are going to win on the scorecards. Either one. I would favor Benavidez in this fight. On the scorecards, I favor him. But it's a phenomenal fight, bro. I don't see him stopping Bivol, and I don't see Bivol stopping Benavidez. I mean, if anybody gets stopped, in all honesty, it would be Benavidez, because he's the one moving up to 175. Bivol's been campaigning there his whole career, right? He's just fine with where he's at and what he's doing. He's got nothing to prove, which he's already showed that with Canelo Alvarez. But in this fight with Gvozdyk, I still don't like David Benavidez's footwork. I really don't, man. I don't like the fact that he follows people around and doesn't step to the left. It takes more energy to follow someone around than it does to cut the ring off. That's the reason why people say cut the ring off. If you're moving to the right, I just take a step to the left. You moving to the left, you moving around and trying to move around, I'll take a step to the right. Yeah, I cut the ring in half. That's less energy, less distance to the same location. If I'm following you around, that's energy wasted. I don't like when David does that. I don't like it. But you know, it is what it is. Y'all gonna glaze over these things and act like it didn't happen and y'all didn't see it because you know y'all want to see what y'all want to see. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. I know what I was looking at. And I do not like David Benavidez following fighters around. He does it all the time. He followed around Caleb Plant. He followed around Andrade. Like, no, I don't like it. What I would prefer is you cut the ring off and meet them where they're at. Meet them where they're at. Don't follow them to a location. Meet them where they are at. Cut the ring off. David Benavidez does not do a good job at that at all. But he follow you around and beat you up, though. He will do that. He'll follow you all the way around the world and beat you up. But it's less energy. You know, if I'm going to follow you around the world, it's less energy if I just use the equator than go over the North Pole and over the South Pole or whatever the case. If I just use the equator and go from Las Vegas to New York, instead of going just straight line, instead of going up over the North Pole and then coming back down. Going north from Las Vegas and then coming back down to New York. Like that's Benavidez. But hey man, the style works for him. I'm not knocking him at all. I'm just pointing out what I saw. Gvozdyk was just a walking punching bag, but a literal walking punching bag, but he could just take the punches. Well, so can a punching bag. A punching bag can take the punches too. That's what Gvozdyk was. He was just walking around, throwing some shots from here and there to keep the fight going, so they don't stop. So that no one stopped it. The referee didn't stop or nothing like that. So they threw a punch here and throw a punch here, and reach out to grab and throw a body shot or whatever the case may be. But he was just there to get paid. Literally there to get paid. Literally. I mean, he hit Benavidez a couple times and he could have smashed the gas. He didn't at all. He was literally there for a check. Just there for a check. You coming off a beating to Bivol and then, to Beterbiev, and then you come right back and fight Benavidez. And I condone it. I give you respect for doing it, but you weren't coming there for a victory, bro. And even if he would have had a victory, what would have been next for him? You beat Benavidez, a guy moving up from 168. So you beat him, and then what? That's supposed to make everybody say, oh man, he's got to get a rematch with Beterbiev or Bivol's next for Gvozdyk. Bro, no, there was nothing next for this dude. Nothing. You can go back to being Canelo Alvarez's sparring partner, signed to Canelo Alvarez promotions, whatever you're doing, and make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 and rock on. That's what was going to happen to you anyway. Benavidez, this was to break the ice into 175 and show the world that he is ready for the Bivols and the Beterbievs. He is ready for the Bivols. I do not believe that Beterbiev fight is a winning fight. Again, I'm picking my words here because I'm not going to pick against Bivol. I told myself I won't pick, Benavidez. I'm not going to pick anybody to beat this man until I see it. So I'm picking my words carefully. I don't think Benavidez versus Beterbiev is a winning formula for Benavidez. The style is all wrong for Benavidez's style. That style is all wrong. You follow someone around that can punch, that will knock out a hippopotamus. You just follow them around, and they're a better boxer than you. You're aggressive. You're savage. You're a beast. I got mad respect for Benavidez, top 5 pound for pound fighter in the world. For me, mad respect. But you're following around a guy. You have a semi-automatic AR-15, and you're following around a guy with a 50 cal a 50 caliber machine gun, a 50 cal machine gun. You're following him around with an AR-15, an automatic AR-15. You're gonna let shots go, and they're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt. But you guys tell me which one is gonna hurt more, an AR-15 or a 50 cal? That's Benavidez. He's an AR-15. Beterbiev is a 50 cal. He don't gotta necessarily hit you to hurt you. The wind going by your face. Beterbiev is a different type of monster, man. And in all reality, the only fights for Benavidez at 175, because of who he is Bivol and Beterbiev. That's it. Those are the only fights for him, bro. There's nobody else for Benavidez. Nobody else. His name recognition is too big. He's already the what was this? WBC mandatory spot? WBC interim champion spot? Whatever. Okay, well now you're the mandatory to Beterbiev, which means you will be fighting the winner of Beterbiev versus Bivol. You have the PBC has put Benavidez in line to fight for undisputed in his second fight at 175. Because one of those guys are going to win. Bivol, Benavidez, Beterbiev, one of those guys. Benavidez, all these niggas' names is with a B. Beterbiev, Bivol, and Benavidez is all with a B. Better Business Bureau. Whatever. Bivol and Beterbiev are fighting. Whoever wins that, Benavidez is their mandatory. Now, what makes this so good is that Benavidez is the biggest money fight for both of those guys. If Benavidez was not the biggest money fight, then these guys, Beterbiev or Bivol, whoever won that was going to be going after the money fight. Oh, well, you know, this guy, blah, 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 blah. Whatever excuse either one of them want to make and push to a different direction, which I don't really see those guys making excuses. But once they're undisputed, who's next? If there is a next after you're undisputed, right? And 9 times out of 10, after you're undisputed, the next is the money fight. That's the next. Because you've already got the legacy, now it's the money. You want the money that comes along with the legacy. It's a money fight. Benavidez is the money fight for Bivol or Beterbiev. He's the money fight. There's nobody else at 175 that you can say, well, put him in. He's the money fight. No, it is Benavidez. Unless Canelo Alvarez moved up to 175. If Bivol beats Beterbiev and Canelo wants to rematch to become undisputed in another weight class, that's the only fight that would trump Benavidez. That's it. That's it. No other fight would trump it. None. That's it. And I don't even know if Canelo Alvarez will be able to move past that. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. Absolutely. He absolutely will. But that's the only fight. If Canelo Alvarez does not do that, well, if Beterbiev beats Bivol, which is what I believe, Canelo Alvarez is not going to 175 to fight for undisputed. He's not fighting no goddamn Beterbiev. You can forget about that. That ship sailed before it even left the dock. That was never going to happen. Canelo Alvarez gets bludgeoned. Absolutely, he probably gets retired, hurt badly. So that's not going to happen. Benavidez versus Beterbiev will happen. I do believe that. Although a long time ago he ducked the IBF mandatory, it's a whole different conversation. Right now, I do believe that Benavidez believes that he's young enough, that there's a lot of wear and tear on Beterbiev, and that, you know, he sees openings that he can exploit. So the only fight for Benavidez is Beterbiev or Bivol winner. And if Benavidez, if Bivol is the winner, I got Benavidez beating Bivol. Not easily. It goes the distance. It's not going to be easy at all. But I think 7-5. I think he'll get him 7-5. If Beterbiev beats Bivol, which is what I believe, somebody ain't gonna make it, dog. I'm just leave it like that. If Beterbiev beats Bivol, which is what I believe, then Beterbiev versus Benavidez, someone isn't going to make it. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Because I'm not going to pick against Beterbiev at all. At all. This man got all knockouts. Has destroyed everybody he's fought and fought the top competition. And I'm not picking against Benavidez. Because I did that before. And I told myself I'm not picking against Benavidez. They're going to have to show me. They're going to have to get in the ring and show me. But somebody ain't going to make it. That fight is not going the distance. Somebody's not making it, bro. Someone ain't making it. Somebody ain't making it. I don't know who. I ain't picking no names. All right, I'm not picking against Benavidez. I ain't. But if Benavidez fights Beterbiev, somebody's not going to make it. And somebody's going to just have to show me. I'm just going to leave it at that, bro. I'm going to leave it at that. But whatever, it is what it is, man. BFTB, shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm out.